Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Sanjay. Am I on? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Hello, Sanjay.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Well, good. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Good evening, all my friends, online viewers, and welcome to this virtual webinar on the most relevant and the topical subject on various video conferencing apps that are available today. I welcome our speakers today, CA Hardik Shah, CA Jatin Thakkar, and Mr. Ahmed Khan. This online seminar is put together by the Technology Initiative Committee of the Bombay Chartered Accountants Society. I thank the chairman and the past chairman of this committee and past president of the society, Nitin Shingala, the conveners, Kinjal, Shreyas, and the coordinators of this program, Sanjay, Namrata, Praful, and all other committee members. And it's because of their efforts that we are meeting today. Yes.
Hello, Manish.
Hello. Can you hear
Yeah,
me?
yeah. Now we can hear you.
Yeah, I just lost. I think so. I just
Yeah,
lost
yeah.
between.
Yeah,
Anyway,
please.
friends, we have entered the second phase of the lockdown, and I'm sure all of us have now got to, got used to this new normalcy in life. Staying at home is the best option currently available, and I wish you all the very best for the safety that you all stay at home. And I hope all of you all are using this time, in the best possible way, and you are utilizing time to stay at home, either work for home, upgrading your, sharpening your knowledge, learning new skills, like how I am, reading, exercising. Some of us are cooking and even meditating. Friends, we are also learning from the technology. As we hear, as you could see, we could not put on the audio of the particular video that we have made for our society. But friends, I would also like to say that even in these times, the
Manish, we have lost you again, it seems. Hello.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm just saying that I'm happy that I'm sorry for the internet connection, which is a bit weak here, but I'm happy that the BCA has started all its activities in full flow. Just I would request all of y'all who are not members of BCA to be members, or all of y'all who are members to renew their membership, and you can pay online and follow us on all our social media platforms on BCA Global, which is our handle on Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Friends, today's topic is today's discussion is most appropriate and apt. Frank with you, for me personally, until the lockdown, I only used to use Skype for video conferencing for work, and either used to do FaceTiming or video conferencing via WhatsApp with friends. But now I have all the apps available on my phone and my laptop, starting from Zoom, Microsoft Teams, Blue Jeans, GoToWebinars, Google Duo, and I use all of them. In fact, my father, who's 75 years old and also not a very technologically savvy, he's also using chatting with his school buddies using some of these apps. We have a variety of apps available, but there are some free models. Some versions are priced models. So to have more insight into what these apps are, what these apps can do, which is the better option, which is available with us. And there are also many other options in these particular apps. For example, there's a webinar mode, or a simple chat option is also available. Some are paid, some are free. And again, there is a lot of social media and press reports on the security aspects featuring these apps. And going forward, this is going to be the new normal, as I told you. And even at BCA, we feel that we need to change how we interact with our members, how our members are connecting with us. So friends, to decode all this and to show us the highlights of all the features that are available on these three predominant video conferencing apps, we have our three experts for today. And again, thank all three of them, and I welcome you to our CA program for today. CA Hardik Shah, Jatin Thakkar, and Amjad Khan. And with these words, I again welcome all of you all to this 1.5 hour session. And I would request Namrata to formally introduce all three speakers, and take this forward from here. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Namrata?
sir. Yeah, thank you, sir. So we'll start today's session, and I would introduce Hardik, our today's first speaker. Hardik Shah is a chartered accountant by qualification and entrepreneur by profession. He's a co-founder and CEO of Service Sathi and a partner at Eklavya Academy. He is an active Toastmaster and is a co-lead at Google Business Group. Let's welcome Hardik with a big round of applause. We can use reaction to welcome Hardik. Okay. Next speaker is Jatin. Jatin is a chartered accountant and he is a partner with Bhatia and Company. He's also a qualified company secretary and a law graduate. He's predominantly practicing into due diligence assurance, financial consulting, complex drafting, and related advisory. He works closely with inbound clients, assisting them in setting up business in India. Let's welcome Jatin with a round of reaction. Our third speaker, Amjad, he is working with Tech United and he is handling Cisco Webex division. Now I'll request Hardik to begin his presentation.
Hi. Thank you so much, Namrata. Can you all see me? If you can see me and hear me, quick reaction, thumbs up will be really great.
We can see you, Hardik.
All right. Thank
You
you
can
so
share
much.
your screen if you want, whenever necessary.
Sure, I'll do that. Thank you. Thank you so much. So, very good evening, everyone. I hope you're gonna get a lot of sessions and entertainment out of this event, and you understand a lot of things on the different features that are part of every different video conferencing applications. I'll primarily focus on Zoom, and while I don't use it personally, but I've used it professionally as part of Toastmasters, and I've been using it quite actively for the last 30 odd days. So we'll break the session into a few screenshots on how to enable a meeting, what are features are there enabled in the free version and the basic and the pro version, and what are the costs involved for it. And towards the end, I will show you some security features which have been enabled recently in the last few days by Zoom. And towards the end, we'll open for question and answer if you have any questions specifically with respect to Zoom. Just to clarify, I am not working for Zoom or I'm not employed by Zoom. I just use it as part of my profession and as part of my Toastmasters journey. So I'm not getting paid for doing this promotion. All right. I'll quickly share my screen with all of you to enable you to understand and how the Zoom functions. Since we are doing this meeting on Zoom, I'm already presuming that a lot of you people have understood how easy and convenient it already is to log into Zoom. While the Zoom host, who is the organizer of this meeting, has a lot of functions and features which they can enable. As an audience member, also you have a lot of features and functions that you can use as part of the Zoom meeting. And the simplest part about Zoom is that you just need an application or on your phone or your laptop, and it's just one click, one link, and you can directly log into the meeting. And I'm sure that's how most of you did it. I will quickly share my screen with all of you. I'm going to use my laptop to share my screen while I'm using my phone right now. So that's how I'm juggling between two screens together. All right. Now I'm assuming a lot of your screens, if you're on your mobile phone or you're on a laptop, your screens will have changed the view completely. So let me first help you all get the right view to check this. I've got a message, lost your audio. Can you all still hear me?
Yes, Hardik, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
Perfect. Thank you so much. So there are two basic versions of Zoom. That is a free version, and the basic paid version of Zoom is available over here. The two features over here are in front of you on your screen. Both of them allow you up to 100 participants to join a meeting at any point in time. The basic version allows you 40 minutes of free meeting, while the paid version gives you 24 hours of free meeting. Rest all features are primarily the same. All right. The basic paid version is probably 20% higher than the free version. The free version lets you join. You can host any number of meetings on that. The participants are at 100, and it has the chat feature. It has the participant mute feature. The main 2-3 functions which are there in the paid version, which are not there in the free version, are: one, breakout rooms. That within the same Zoom meeting, you can have 3 or 4 different meetings happening parallelly. One. Two is the polling feature. While during the meeting, you will take analysis or review or any other poll from the audience members. Then the poll feature is there in the paid version. The most important feature which gets enabled and enhanced in the paid version is the 24-hour feature, where you can have unlimited number of meetings without any time limit per meeting. When you see over here, time limit 40 minutes is the time limit per meeting. So it does not stop you from having 10 meetings in a day, but each gets capped at 40 minutes. So after 40 minutes, you can again generate an ID or probably use the same ID again for people to log out and log in. It's a bit of hassle, but that's the only thing that goes away in the paid version. The paid version is at $15 per user per month. So you just need one host per office or company generally, and that's close to 1,500 rupees is what the cost is involved over here, for which you can host any number of meetings throughout the day, week, month. There's no cap on that, and it's limited to 1,500 rupees only. That's the only difference between the free and the paid version. I'll repeat and reiterate the basic differences: is the breakout room, the poll feature, the time limit gets extended, and also in the paid version, you can add multiple hosts to your meeting as well. All right. So that is what I'm sure you all can see on the screen right now in front of you. The option on both to have that if you do not have a phone or a laptop, all right, or there's network connectivity issues, you can dial in through a normal dial number. Also, you can dial into the meeting. You'll not be able to view the participants or the meeting happening, but you can definitely hear the audio that's happening in the meeting. That feature is available in Zoom in both the versions. I'll quickly now run you through how a meeting can be enabled, what security features you should take care of when you're starting the meeting. All right. So your basic homepage, when you want to set the meeting, one thing is that you don't need to sign in if you are joining a meeting. But if you're scheduling a meeting, then you need to sign in to Zoom once and create your user ID with Zoom. Once you have done that, as you can see over here, you will normally see four buttons over here: join meeting, share screen, schedule. So click on the schedule button over here. This is the option that will come up in your meeting. At the top is as you can see over here is Hardik Shah Zoom meeting. So whatever the name of the meeting is, whatever the topic you want to talk about, you can mention that. When do you want to conduct it? How long do you want to conduct it? Do you want to keep repeating it every often? You can do all of that. Now the next options are very, very important when you're scheduling a meeting from a security perspective. Meeting ID, do not ever use your personal meeting ID. Always generate a new meeting ID. So every meeting will have a new meeting ID. There's no cost for you. All right. But from a safety security feature, it is very important that no random person who gets hold of your meeting ID can enter your meeting ID. So always use the option. If you can see over here, the generate automatically option. All right. Next is password. Always have your password enabled. That is mandatory. All right. Video on, off, participants on, off. That is depending on your choice. That when you enter the meeting, how do you want that to be enabled? It is your choice. In the next option, again, is very important. We have been told by security experts that you should opt only for computer audio, because a lot of random people can log in through a telephone. A computer audio will ensure that you know and you're able to view the participant as well. So in the audio options, always enable computer audio. Now there's some advanced options. At the bottom of the scheduled meeting, you'll have an option called advanced options. These help you control how the meeting is being conducted. The first option is enable waiting room. So not anyone who clicks on that link or knows your ID and password can directly join to the meeting. They will go to a special waiting room, and only the host can allow them to join the meeting. So if you believe that that person who has joined the meeting is not meant to attend the meeting but is here to Zoom bomb your meeting, then you can reject their application to join the meeting. So even if they know the meeting ID, they know the meeting password, they have the meeting link, they can still be stopped from entering a meeting. That happens with the enable waiting room feature. Next is enable join before host. Always keep it disabled, so a participant cannot join the meeting. The host has joined the meeting. That is the benefit of that feature. Mute participants on entry. Right now, you will see that when I'm communicating over here, rest all participants on mute. That helps that in a conference meeting, it's very easy for us to understand that if 100 people start talking together or they have audio video disturbances, then the meeting goes for a toss. So the host can mute all participants in the meeting room at any point of time. The fourth feature is only authenticated users can join. So that requires that, okay, this is very helpful if you want to keep it to a limited audience of people. Say you want to invite only 5 people and you have their email IDs. So you share an invite only with their email IDs and they can join the meeting only with their email IDs. So for example, this BCS meeting today is open for everyone. So they have enabled a common meeting link for everyone. If tomorrow they want it only for BCS members of a particular subcommittee or group to join this meeting and not the entire BCS family, then the option is that you enable only authenticated users to join. What happens with that is that whoever receives the invite will have to access their email ID and from that sign into Zoom and then only they can access the Zoom meeting. The last option is automatically record meeting. This is available only with the host right now. All right, I'll come to more options and features on this, but that allows that every meeting gets recorded. Now, every meeting recorded can have 2 options again. You save it on the cloud of Zoom, or 2, you save it on the desktop and laptop. All right, we'll come to that towards the end, next part of the meeting. I hope everyone's on track on this. I will proceed to what happens once you start the meeting. So once you join a meeting as a normal participant, this is your view. I'm assuming if you're on a laptop mobile, if you're on a mobile, you will see people one below each other, and if you swipe right, you'll be able to see everyone else who is in the meeting room right now. Only if the person whose video is enabled, you'll be able to see the videos. Otherwise, you'll see a block. Like you see on the screen right now, on the left side is a person whose screen has been blocked. Video sharing has been blocked. So you see only the name of the person. On the right is the person whose video has been enabled. So you're able to see that person on the video. On the top right, if you see, there's something called speaker view that allows you to toggle between the speaker view and gallery view. So if you change that, you can see either the speaker or the gallery as a whole, depending on what view you're comfortable with. Right now, all of you will be seeing a shared screen as well. Now, once you start sharing your screen, what happens is that entire view goes to a toss. So if you're on your mobile, on the front page, you'll probably be able to see me or the screen. All right, if you're seeing the screen on the big screen, you're seeing me in small, just click on me twice. And what will happen is that the screen, that will get swapped. The screen and the share screen, the video and the share screen will get swapped and you'll be able to see the other person on the screen. If I'm on my laptop, on the top, you will see a green ID, which is the meeting ID. And next to it, you will see viewing options. All right. All right. You'll see view options. On that, you can, if you drop down, you will see side-by-side view option. Once you click on side-by-side view option, you'll be able to see the shared screen on the left and the speaker on the right. All right. That is the option on your mobile laptop. I'm sorry. Right? That is how you can enable sharing screens. Now at the bottom of this are the main features of a Zoom meeting. If you see my screen right now, on the bottom left is mute and unmute option. This is required that if you want to attend a meeting and you want to listen to audio and you want to contribute by audio, then there's an option to mute, unmute yourself. Next to it is Zoom video. So if you do, right now, if you see the video is enabled, if you disable that, the video will stop sharing of your laptop or your mobile phone. Major features which has been enabled just recently is the security feature, which you can see at the bottom at the third tab over here. Now the security feature has multiple options, which lets you lock the meeting room, enable meeting rooms, lock the meeting completely. All right. Next is the manage participants options next to it. So this is what I'm showing over here. We saw the mute option, we saw the stop video, we saw the security feature. Now let's look at the manage participants option. This is the participants list which you'll be able to see on the screen. All right. If you're on your laptop, if you click on manage participants, you'll be able to see all participants of the meeting. You'll be able to see who the hosts are at the top of the meeting. Whoever is talking, you will see that small microphone gray highlight going up and down. And the rest of the list of participants are available shown over here. Now, as a host or a co-host of the meeting, you have options to change the settings of the person. If you go click on the participants, say Hardik Shah, I'm clicking on Hardik Shah. There's an option to mute, unmute over here, and there's an option of more. With more, I can remove him from the meeting. I can enable his video. I can enable his audio. I can disable audio, disable video. All those features are available individually for every member parts who joins a meeting. But this is only with the host. All right. This is the views we're talking about. The views that you can change over here on the gallery view option. If you want to change, if you see in the video option or the bottom left, there's an option called choose virtual background. If you want to add a little more glamour and drama to your video, you can always do that. So I will do that and show to you 1 second. All right. Next is the chat option. A lot of you are using the chat feature right now currently and asking questions or having interactions going on. Now there's an option over here that you do not want people to chat or communicate because you want to be one unilateral communication right now and you want to open Q&A towards the end. So there are multiple features over here that it allows you to chat only with the host of the meeting. It allows you to chat privately with any individual you want to talk to, or it allows you to chat with everyone in the meeting room. As a host, I can change the settings to enable whatever I meeting room is closed. One important thing over here that helps you as well is that in case a host drops out, all right, the host of the meeting drops out, and you have co-host enabled, the co-host automatically becomes the host of the meeting. And what happens with that is the meeting goes on. The meeting proceeds. If I have a network connection issue and I'm the host of the meeting and I drop off, does not mean the meeting will collapse. The meeting will continue with someone else becoming the host of the meeting. So it's very good feature to enable a co-host so that any individual's network connectivity will not affect the entire planned program for the meeting. I'll stop sharing the screen. Yes. All right. So I think that's primarily the features over here. All right. So I already mentioned some of the features. I'll just reiterate some of the common features which Zoom has enabled in their free or and the basic pro version are as follows. You have a lock meeting option. So now the meeting is started. I do not want after 5 o'clock any outsider to join the meeting. So there's an option with the host to lock the meeting. So no one can join the meeting at all after that point in time. All right. Sign in based on login, as I mentioned, only the person who has access through email invite can join the meeting. The breakout room feature is enabled to help multiple meetings discussion happen parallelly within the same meeting. You can control your audio and video. The host can control the audio and video. Sharing documents is available. All right, you can share documents on the bottom on the chat feature. So the ideal way to share documents is through your email regularly, how you do. Avoid using sharing documents over here, and as I would suggest the host to disable sharing documents in the meeting room so that no unwanted people come and share random documents with you. All right. You can rename the person. The host can stop people from renaming themselves. So that is also an option available. The meeting can be recorded on cloud and on your desktop, laptop. File sharing, I mentioned. Polling feature is available on the paid version as well. Okay, it's not there in this meeting. I'll have done a poll and shown to you. All right. Always disable no entry before host and enable waiting room when you start a meeting. So that will ensure that no unwanted people bombs into your meeting room. Right. These are the basic features of Zoom as such. Obviously, they have a lot of more features like webinars, and you can live telecast on Facebook and Instagram and all that stuff. But I think from professional perspective, and where we're not using it for all that purposes primarily, these are the basic features which you can use in Zoom. I think we have some time for question and answer them, right, Namrata? So there are a few questions that are there in the group chat, and I'll try and answer them right now.
Yes, we have, but we'll take question answers towards the end of the session.
Okay, all right. So I think this is from my side primarily on the Zoom features and Zoom meeting possibilities. That will be from my side. Namrata, over to you.
Thanks, Hardik. Now I'll request Jatin to take over for the next round.
आपके पास टाइम नहीं रहेगा आपको रिव्यू करना होगा कुछ और मैं I just want to come up the same page. I'm just becoming difficult to see.
Namrata, please mute. There are some people who are speaking in the background. Yeah.
Hi, this is Jatin here. I hope you can see my screen as well as you can see the video and you can hear my audio. So first of all, I hope everyone is in the best of their health during this time. And I think whenever there's a problem, one has to look for a solution. And isn't that what we do every time as a chartered accountant? So currently the problem is that we can't go out of our houses. We can't meet our team members, our clients. So why not use video conferencing and take it up as a solution? And even subsequently, when all this ends, I think a lot of people are saying that this will change the way we do businesses, and maybe there'll be less of in-person meetings and more of video conferencing. So why not incorporate this change in our lives? I'll start with the presentation now. So this is how the presentation will go for the next 20 minutes, where I'll introduce Microsoft Teams with all of you. We'll run through the key features. We'll walk through with some of the videos to show you those features in live. We'll discuss the pricing in India, and we'll also discuss some do's and don'ts of video conferencing in general, not just about Microsoft Teams. So Microsoft Teams is actually not just a video conferencing tool. It is much more than that, and it is a tool which helps you collaborate with your team members and your clients. You can pull together a team. You can chat or do a video or audio call with your teams inside the organization or outside with, say, your clients. You can actually do the work here. You can share and edit files at the same time, and you can also increase the usage of Teams with some customization with third-party apps. In terms of reach, it is not the #1 used application in terms of the number of users, but as per the recent data, it has about 44 million daily users, and out of the Fortune 100 companies, 93 companies use this, and there are about 650 organizations with more than even 10,000 users which are using Microsoft Teams. Let us discuss some key features of this tool, and we'll not limit this only to video conferencing, but all the other features which are important for this tool. As the name suggests, Teams. So what you can do here is you build up teams. Okay, you add a team, and under each team you add your team members. So team could be for either a project or a client, and under each team you can have add your team members within the organization or even clients as the guests. So this is how the dashboard looks. Here is a team. Here are the various teams, like launch team is a team, warehouse number 2 is a team, and then we come to the next point, which is channels. So channels is where the actual work happens. Under channel, you will add, so there is a general channel where you have already added members to the teams. So all those team members will be part of the general channel, and then you can add more channels. Like for a CA firm, say client A is a team, and stat audit is one channel, tax audit is another channel. So the general channel will have all the team members, and the stat audit channel can have specific targeted participants who are team members for the stat audit. And similarly, the tax audit will have the team members who are working only on the tax audit. Under each channel, what you can do is you can plan your work, you can send out messages, you can email to the members, you can share and edit files within the channel. Next feature is the chat feature. So chat feature is there in both things. One is that within a channel you can chat with your channel members, and you can also chat with anyone outside the team. It could be within the organization or it could be a client as well. So conversation threads is an important chat feature. As you can see on the screen, there is one chat, there's a reply to it. There's another chat, there's a reply to it. So with this you can track your messages better and don't lose out on important messages. Under chats, you can also use mentions the way you do in Facebook or WhatsApp. You put @ and put the name of the person. So similarly, you can do it here as well, and that it will be easier for that person to check all the mentions together. With chat function, actually, you can reduce the use of emails and other WhatsApp messages. So many times it does happen that you send out emails for petty things, and maybe you have to even send out a WhatsApp message for certain reminders. So all those can be reduced, and you can just use the chat feature for those things. Now let's come to the video calling feature. So you can either do a video call with your team members, your channel members. So you can either schedule a video call, or you can just click on meet now and meet all the channel members immediately. You can also do a one-to-one or a group video call with people outside the team. It could be within the organization or it could be with clients. Okay, while on a video call, you can share your screen, you can share your files, you can work on the file together while on the call. You can change, you can have custom backgrounds just like we discussed for Zoom, and moderator has to moderate the call by giving audio, video, microphone rights, and they can take away the rights as per the need of the call. You can also record the meeting if it is enabled by the moderator, and you can also have live events for about 10,000 participants. It could be like a webinar. Now, how do you collaborate? Because this is the main feature, the add-on feature over and above the video calling feature. So under a specific channel, you can share files. So what you see in the screen right now, there are various files which are shared within a channel, and all of the channel members can work on the file together. What happens is that when you use the track change function, if you have a Word file and you have a track change function, then all the changes that are made by various members can be tracked, and you can see who has made those changes. And everyone will have an access to the latest version of the file. Isn't that a problem every time that you don't have the same version of the file and you have to send out emails and send out the updated versions to everybody in the team? But here you will have all the versions together. You will have access to all the versions. So integration is also an important feature of Microsoft Teams. So Teams is part of this, Microsoft suite, wherein you have Word, Excel, Outlook, OneDrive. So Microsoft Teams is integrated with all of these apps. Like for example, you can send an invite either through Teams, or you could send an invite for a video call through your Outlook directly. Your Outlook calendar and your Teams calendar will get synchronized. You can share files directly from your OneDrive, or you can save files directly to your OneDrive. And with various devices, you can use Teams with various devices. Like if say you're working on a file today and you finished it from your side on your laptop, and tomorrow morning, maybe on the way to office, you can see what are the updates on your mobile phone. Security is always a problem, when you use video conferencing apps. But Microsoft is a trusted name, and these are the security tools, as you can see on the screen, which have been listed by Microsoft and other tech websites. But I'm no expert on security, and I would leave it up to you to evaluate the pros and cons based on various details provided by the company. So Microsoft across all its applications provides customization, and that includes Teams as well. So you can use some third-party applications, as you can see on the screen, and increase the usability and productivity of your team by using these third-party applications. Examples would be like using a form under a channel. If you want to do a survey, you can use forms. If you want to plan your activities in a better way, you could use a planner. You could use a to-do list. So these are the things you add to a channel. But yes, as an organization, you can restrict the usage of the apps based on your needs. Now let's, as we have spoken about all of these features, let's do a walkthrough of these features by way of a video. We'll go through all of the important features of Microsoft Teams under this video. So this is how the application looks. You have activity, you have chats, you have Teams, you have calendar, calls if you want to make calls directly on mobile phones if it is permitted by the organization, and there is file section. So this is the list of teams, like say Warehouse 2 is a team, Launch team is a team, and Business Development is a team. Under that you have various channels. Like General channel, as I explained, will have all the members who have been added under Business Development team will also be part of the General channel. And then you can have specific channels for, like here they have done it department wise, say engineering or manufacturing or marketing, which is for targeted participants and who have the same goals. These are the various channels as is being explained in the video. So channels is where the real work happens, right? As I explained. So here is where you can have conversations, you can have meetings, you can schedule meetings, you can share files. So at the top of each channel, you have this tab for conversations, files, or other services. So if you go to the files section, you see all the files which have been shared by various team members, and you see the last modified date. Although it is not showing here, but you can also see the person who has last edited the file. These are the other services that you can use. This is how you can edit the file. You go to a file, edit, whether you want to edit the file within Teams or you want to open it in Excel. You edit it. You can add any comments, messages for your team members within the file, and then you can save it. So these are the files that we spoke, which are within the channel. And you have various channels, you have various teams. So if you want to have a look at all the files across all channels, across all teams, you can go to the file sections here, file section. Here you see all the files across all teams. This is the chat feature. If you want to chat with someone outside of the team, so you go to the chat feature. You can type the name. You can chat with more than one person. Enter your message and send. So from a chat, you can also make a call directly, whether you want to make an audio call or a video call. this is how the calendar looks, and this, like I said earlier, will be synced with your Outlook calendar. You can see all the meetings here, and if a meeting is due, you can also click on join meeting here directly and join the call. This is how the video calling looks, but there's a separate video where we'll discuss more the video calling part in detail. This is how you can share files during the meeting. The way I'm sharing my screen right now. You can even record the meeting if it is permitted by the moderator. So activity is where you can see all the details immediately. Like I mentioned earlier, if someone tags your name and sends out a message, and all your unread messages, all those things will appear in activity for ease of use. There's also a search feature wherein you can search for people, for chats. There's also a command section for quick commands. Now let's look at how we can work on files together. So this is a channel wherein someone has shared a file for everybody else in the team to go through it and either do edits or give their comments. So you can just open it from here. You can choose how you want to edit the file. You can see who else is editing the file right now, because this is the main tool, right? Collaborating and everybody working on the same file together. So you can see who else is editing the file right now. You can see who has made those changes. Then you can give out your own comments or do your own edits. If you want to specifically send out a message along with the saved file, you can do that as well. So what you're doing here is you're writing a message while saving the file for someone to take any particular action based on your comments. And you close it. So your file is being saved along with a message, so that the team member you've tagged with along the message can take some action on it. Now let's see the meeting function. So the first part is that you are scheduling a meeting, right? So you go to the calendar and you schedule a meet. You go to the calendar, new meeting. You can add details. You can add whether you want to schedule a meeting for a particular team or a channel, or it is with someone else within the organization or outside the organization. So you put out the details. You can put the date, time. You can even add an agenda to make the meeting more effective. This agenda, everybody who's been invited for the meeting will be able to see this agenda before the meeting. You join the meeting at the time of the meeting by using the join button. You check the settings for your audio, video. customize the background if you want before joining. You can even blur the background if you don't want to customize the background, but just want to blur the background. And then you join the meeting. So while on a call, there are various options. You can see meeting notes. You can record the meeting. You can share files either for displaying or if you want to edit the file together while on the call. Once you end the meeting, you can even add action points or minutes of the meeting so that everybody gets it. And you can ensure follow-ups based on the actions to be taken based on the meeting. Now we'll get back to the other 2 points. Which is the pricing in India and do's and don'ts. So in terms of pricing, there are various packages which Microsoft offers. So starting with the free version. So if you're not an existing Office 365 user, then you could use the free version for 1 year. It does have Teams function. It has channels function. It has limited members, not unlimited as you would have it under the paid version. And you need storage, right? Because all of the files that you have on the Teams, your chats, everything is on cloud. So you need cloud storage. So what you get in free version is only about 2 GB of storage per person and 10 GB for a group, which otherwise on the paid version is about 1 TB for each person. In the free version, you can't schedule meetings and you can't record meetings. And obviously you cannot have admin level controls which you would otherwise have in the paid version. Also, if you already have a Office 365 subscription, or if you want to take it, then as per the latest price chart available on the Microsoft website, so the package without Teams is about say 6,450 per user per annum, and the subscription with Teams is about 8,000. So what you additionally pay to have Teams is 1,500 per user per annum. But you can also take 1 month of free trial of the business premium version and see if you will have that. You will have Teams as well to use. And during COVID, like a lot of other applications, they are also providing a free version with Office 365 Business Essentials. So they are providing 6 months of free usage of Teams. However, Business Essentials as a package itself, it does not have desktop apps of Word, Excel, PowerPoint, or Outlook. It only has web applications. So that is something which is not advisable for us chartered accountants. Also, if you have an existing subscription of say Office 365 Business without Teams, then you can anytime upgrade to the business premium version by paying the differential amount. Now, as there will be more and more meetings over video conferencing, and there will be less of in-person meetings. So there are some do's and don'ts which I think in general that everybody should follow. Like we saw in the Teams function that you can send out an agenda while sending the invite. So you should always plan in advance. When you're joining the call, you should always test your audio and video. You would want to have the right camera angle and the right lighting in the room. You would want to have a professional background and avoid distractions. You wouldn't want a pet or a kid inside the room while you're having a video conference. It is always better to moderate the call and give out the rights and take the rights whenever required, so that we can have an efficient video conferencing meeting. And if we have a lot of people in the conference, then it is possible. It is important that you should let the other person complete before jumping in with your views. And it is important that you mute your microphone selectively, or when you are not talking for a long period. Also, what happens is that when there are a lot of people in the video conference, you don't see the video of every participant. Only the participant who's speaking would be viewed, or would come in the front. So by muting your microphone, you are allowing the participant who's speaking to appear on the video as well. So I think this is it from my side. I'll be happy to take questions towards the end of the session as we discussed.
Thank you, Jatin. Now I'll request Amjad to please take over the session. We are now proceeding to the third section where he'll cover Cisco and Webex related features.
Thank you so much, Namrata. Hi, everyone. I know it's been a long session and I'm the last of the lot, but just bear with me for a few minutes and we'll try to get this covered as soon as possible. I'm quickly going to share my presentation. Team, good evening, everyone. So I'm here to talk about Cisco Webex. Cisco Webex has been really old in the system for providing multiple solutions across globally in terms of networking, in terms of collaboration, in terms of unified communication, IP telephonies. So nobody knows collaboration better than Cisco itself is what has been claimed by the OEM by itself. And I also agree with them, because being a reseller with Cisco for about 5 years, I've realized that they do things well in style, and they do it really well. So I'm going to, in this session, I'm going to quickly run you through a couple of things about Cisco, experiencing Cisco Webex. While we're doing that, I'll do a quick hands-on demo of how you can quickly schedule capabilities of a Cisco Webex. And we'll quickly look into Cisco Webex Teams, which is also part of Cisco Webex licensing offering. And then we'll quickly see what is available in terms of free and paid versions for the licensing. So typically when we talk about Cisco Webex, people who already use Cisco Webex would relate to Cisco Webex as what we see right now. And this is not Cisco Webex. Cisco Webex has evolved over a period of time, and this is exactly what it looks like right now. And it's very easy to use the interface, and the presenter track or the speaker track, like most of the softwares that is available in the market, is the center play of all the presenters that is available over there, right? So this Cisco also has multiple other collaboration tools, because while we also doing Cisco Webex meetings, we also can do meetings from telephone. We can do meetings from mobile phones. We can do meetings from iPads and digital pads that connect to all of these. All of these put together can connect to a Cisco meeting. Webex is here when the world needs to connect, communicate, and collaborate. By saying that, what Cisco means to say is Webex is the world's #1 collaboration platform. When I say collaboration, we're talking about meeting, we're talking about team collaborations like Cisco Teams, we're talking about IP telephones connected or being able to connect to the Cisco Webex Teams or the Webex, or all the contact center that people might have or enterprises might have. They all should be synchronized in one particular platform and be able to communicate with each other. Webex is the most secured, most reliable, and most scalable platform in the world. Webex, being a network company and a security company, promises enterprise level security for all of its software and hardware devices. And they have been renowned and attested by the governments of USA, governments of India, for the secure platforms that they provide. Webex is where government serves, doctors serve, military serves, police protects, media reports, and employees produce. And I'm sure chartered accountants also have capitalized on many of this Cisco Webex solutions as well. And according to my statistics, there are about 700 million Webex users across globally, that are currently using Cisco Webex in the world. The new standards of Cisco Webex are, it's easy to use, easy to manage, platform advantage, secure, reliable, and scalable at all levels, from one license to thousands of licenses. Is scalable with just one click of enablement for Cisco Webex. So ease of use for Cisco Webex, Cisco has explored multiple various different ways for user experiences and consumer experiences for scheduling of a meeting. Scheduling of a meeting, we understand, not necessarily has to be through a client of a Cisco Webex. It's sometimes even more important that we collaborate and build in plugins, tools that works with other productivity tools, like for example Office 365 or Microsoft email connectors and all of those things. It just makes life very easy. That scheduling a meeting with Cisco Webex is very, very easy. If you are a user of Google Calendar, you can schedule a meeting directly from a Google Calendar just with a click of a button. If you're an Outlook user, you can do it from there. Or if you're an iCloud user, you can just schedule a meeting with just one click of a button, and it will pop up as if it's an email being sent, but it's an actually scheduled meeting for a Cisco Webex. It's a plugin that can be added. So like most of the softwares available in the market for conferencing, Cisco Webex also has flexibility, or they have created these as pioneers in the past, and since they've been operating for many, many years, all the options for videos in terms of how you want to view the videos is available on Cisco Webex also. You can view it in the grid view, which is, you can view 25, which is in the bottom of that image currently that you see, you can view 25 participants at one given go. Okay, if there are more participants than 25 and you're still viewing in grid view, you can shift the screen and see all the other participants as well. Okay, you can see the active speaker with the thumbnail view, which means you can see the presentation on the presentation screen, but you can also see the participants' videos in the bottom of the screen. Okay, so multiple options are available for you to kind of use as well. So I mean, Cisco Webex is also available on App Store and Google Play also, which means that you can download the free tool available on the App Store or Google Play Store, and it is exactly the same way that it is looking on that image on the phone. You can start a meeting and you can join a meeting at just one click. Okay, the minute you click on that meeting or join a meeting, it will ask for a meeting number and you just join a meeting straight ahead, because it's already captured your data that you are this person and this is your email ID. It's already configured and you don't need to do any additional steps to join the meeting. Or if somebody sends you a link over a WebEx or WhatsApp or an email, just have to click on that link, and that your smartphone is smart enough to identify that you have an app on the phone, and it will directly take you to the meeting without any issue. So there are multiple things, that Cisco has been working for, and just making it plain and simple on the meetings. Cisco is also enabling a lot of workflow on artificial intelligence, which means you can do Cisco Webex Assist. For example, the meeting that we're doing today, sometimes it so happens that so many of the meetings that we do, there has to be somebody sitting down and taking complete notes, right, for the meeting that is happening. Cisco has enabled smart AI tools which can record all the minutes of the meetings completely, and after the meeting, even if a recording is shared to a person, it comes with a complete script by itself. So you have the option of looking at the scripts as well. So this is what I was talking about. When you're doing a meeting, on the right hand side there will be complete script which is being captured by the WebEx Assist, and it is also included in the recordings that you will do. So I mean, it's in like I said previously, it's a very interoperable tool. You will love that because it integrates with Apple, Google Calendar, Office 365. It also integrates with multiple of your messaging tools like your Cisco, Microsoft Teams, Slack, Workplace. For example, I'll just give you a quick example of how this works. For example, if there is a Cisco meeting, okay, that is being hosted, you don't need to have a client. You can join that meeting from Microsoft Team by itself if it's been whitelisted by your company. Okay, so you just have to copy the SIP ID, paste it on the dial-in number, and click on it. It will connect directly to your Cisco meeting through your Microsoft Teams or your Slack or your Workplace by Facebook. So all of that is done. We've integrated. It's also in interoperable by multiple LMS tools, learning management tools like Moodle, Canvas, and a lot of the virtual classroom solutions that we're providing to many colleges by Apple Care. For example, you're on a Bluetooth and you're getting a call, it directly gets transferred onto your calls on the Bluetooth in the car through Android Audio or Apple Care. Ford is also an authorized dealer for this. So where it's very easy to manage because it's a unified solution. In real time, we can manage multiple things with things. See multiple options of reports that you can analyze. You can see number of licenses you have. You can do user management. You can manage your devices. You can see reports of how many calls, how many minutes were done. And you can get deeper inside these analysis. For example, you can look at these in analysis. Sometimes what happens is in multiple cases you are doing, and most of the times we don't know what the problem is. Some people will say internet theek nahi tha yaar. Some people say video was not good, and all of those things. How do we get deeper inside in understanding what the problem is? Because sometimes these IT people or people who are hosting these particular meetings always are running into these problems, saying there are a lot of issues. So Cisco has gone very deep inside into diagnosing each of those conferencing, okay, and you can view it at the level of each user, of which user. For example, in this particular slide that we're seeing, we can see that Becky had some issues with the internet packets that she was getting on an on and off basis. Okay, so you can assess how the audio quality was. You can see how many seconds it took for a participant to join a meeting. What was their internet status? What hardware have they used? Completely, just a diagnostic thing, saying here is the problem. And these are all confined to a particular company by itself, right? So it gives you a lot of insight into how the call went and what was the problem. And you also get a lot of analytical reports of the usage. For example, if you had 100 licenses of Zoom in your organization, you want to know how the usage, how the consumption has been at the end of the year, so that you decide for the next year. So typically, you would want to see which IDs have used, how many people have used it, who's not been inactive, so that you can disable the user and then activate new user who would use it more productively. So I mean, basically, we were talking about Cisco Webex so far. Just like Microsoft Teams, Cisco has something called as Cisco Teams also. They are not very different. They're the same. On the left-hand side, you will see the similar icons. First icon is the chat icon. The second icon is the calling icon. The third is the telephony, and the fourth is the contact. I'll quickly run you through a quick demo of a live session of Teams on my thing, and I'm going to do another 5-minute session on live scheduling of Cisco Meeting Center, and then we'll take it forward from there. So just like anything else, if you notice, this is my teams right now. Okay. Here are a list of people that I have. There are multiple customers as well as there are groups also, and there are chats also. These are the groups that are available. Okay. And these are some of the discussions that's been going on with multiple customers and multiple organizations over here. And there are a list of people. So the interesting thing about Cisco Teams is it is not limited to having a Cisco ID itself or thing. You can add any person. You can create groups like a family group and add 25 different family members in that group. Okay. The minute you click on this, you will see multiple options that are coming. Okay, here are the messaging. Here are the number of people that have joined this team. Here are the content that has been shared on this teams. Okay, and when you click on, for example, I'll just quickly show you. Okay, so here are multiple options that are going on. Okay, so content is there, schedule is there. All of those things are available at a click away. Okay, the interesting thing is. Microsoft Teams, Cisco Teams and Cisco Webex is collaborated in such a good way. If you have a meeting, you can instantly join from here. You don't need to go to a client to join a meeting. Okay, I've started a meeting in a different place. I'll quickly share that with you, and I will start showing how to schedule a meeting over there. Okay, this is a meeting which is showing that it is. I'm having some issues with sharing, so just bear with me for 1 second. Is my screen visible right now?
Yes, it is visible.
So here's typically how it works. Cisco Webex comes with, the paid version comes with a designated URL for your company. It's a personalized URL, your company name.webex.com. And typically I've used this company name and I've logged into my company, and it gives you, opportunity to, do your own branding. And this is how it typically would look like, your login page. Here on the left-hand side, you'd see multiple options, which is available. All the meetings that are available for you, okay, will be shown over here, the upcoming meetings. All the recordings that you have recorded so far, okay. Complete preferences and, of configuring, personalizing your meeting center. Insights into how many meetings were held, what are the meetings that are going on, what is the consumption that has happened so far, okay, and all the downloads that are available. Okay, these downloads will include Microsoft productivity tools, desktop apps. So everything that you need is available over here, and it's in your own personalized console. Okay, so I'm quickly going to schedule a meeting right now. Okay, so I'll just go to the classic view. Okay, the simplest way of doing a meeting right now is just say click meet now. Okay. The minute I do this, it says, should I start the meeting? Do you want the audio and the video? You choose your options and you say start meeting. That's it. We are inside the meeting. Now the question is, how do we invite people to the meeting? Okay. So all you have to do is just click on these 3 buttons. invite and remind. Just enter the email IDs of people over here and it'll go as a remind. It's simple as that. Okay. This is for instant meetings. Okay. Sometimes what happens, you do not want to have instant meeting. For example, like a meeting today, it is a scheduled meeting. It was planned about 15 days back. You don't want to have a instant meeting. What do you do with that, right? So you would again go back to and you can schedule a meeting. I'll just go to the modern view. You can schedule a meeting here, just like any other meeting that you would schedule. It's as simple as that. Okay, you would say demo meeting. Okay, this is an automatic password which is configured by Cisco. But if you want to personalize it, you can do that. Okay, you can choose the time. You can choose the direct duration. It can be for 1 hour. It can be for 24 hours. It doesn't matter. Okay. Is this going to be a recurring meeting? Which means, are you going to have a team meeting every Tuesday at 5 o'clock? Then you can decide that, and you can decide on which day, Tuesday, 5 o'clock, maybe, for the full year. So I'll decide I'll do about, 52 weeks of meeting. Okay. And just click schedule and it's completed. That's about it. Nothing else to be done. Okay. So you can schedule the meeting over there. Okay. So quickly, just moving on to Cisco Webex Meeting Center. Okay. Okay. Here are a couple of quick options. There are quick buttons over here. This is the audio option. You click on audio. It will connect me to audio. Okay. I've unmuted myself. I will mute here. And you click over here and say audio connection. What is interesting about Cisco is Cisco gives two options. One option is that you can connect audio through your voice internet, or you can call in also. You have a facility to call into a Bombay number, okay, and then join into access ID, put in your access ID, put in the attendee ID. You have the choice of putting in the attendee ID or not required, because if you put the attendee ID, it will show your name, otherwise it will not show your name. That's about it. Okay. This is the video on off button. This is the share button. In share button, it will give you multiple options. You can share your complete screen, which means entire desktop will be shared completely, or any of the applications that are opened on your laptop is presented over here so that you can share any of them, or you can share a specific file. If you want a complete privacy, you can share a specific file. You can do whiteboarding, which means you can do scribbling and writing on a particular whiteboard over here, so that if you want to collaborate with multiple people on the WebEx, you can do that. You have the chatting option. You have the mute on entry, unmute on entry. So all of those features are available. Because I'm the only participant here, I'm not be able to show that. But you have the option of muting all, unmuting all. You can change the role from a presenter to a host, a notes taker, whatever you want. Okay. Participants can also be given assigned privileges and remote privileges. Okay. So you can give privileges for participants to either chat with everybody in the room or just the particular host, depending on the type of meeting that you're doing. You can give privileges of participants being able to save the documents that you're sharing, annotate on the particular presentation that you're doing, or print from the screen at whatever you're presenting. If it's a proprietary thing, you will disable all those activities that you want to give. I quickly, that was quickly scheduling the meeting. I quickly run on to a few slides of the presentation, and I think so we're more or less done. Cisco, is known, like I mentioned in the starting of the meeting, Cisco is the most reliable, secure, and scalable solution available in the market, and always been, because of our expertise in networking and security. We take security at the foremost. Chuck Robbins, the CEO of Cisco, has to say, privacy is a fundamental human right, and we need security and transparency to protect it. So we take it very seriously. Cisco is committed to privacy of your data. This is secured by design and by default, and we are very transparent about the security. quickly, I just want to explain to you, if there are security experts here, you will understand that Cisco does not allow anything below 1.2 TLS security configurations. And any message that you have sent from, whether it be a meeting or a chat or any activity, is done on an encrypted format. Okay, and Cisco has something called as the key encryption mechanism. It's just like a locker in a bank, right? Unless you do not have the key to that locker, nobody else will be able to see the data. That also includes Cisco by themselves. Your company's data is private to you, and we also have the Active Directory, which means the email IDs and the LDAP for your organization secure as well at various different levels. As I was mentioning, we have strong key authentication encrypted systems, fast and secure, secure search, user identity and access identity is highly secure, device and browser protection, and flexible retention and archiving of your data. And all this is at the cloud level. So it's very easy for us to monitor and set policies for our or for our company's security. So quickly, I want to run to the last portion of the presentation right now. So the free version that is available on either Cisco Webex.co.in or Webex.com comes with 100 participant capacity. Given the situation that we are all in COVID-19, Cisco offers a 90-day unlimited usage of Cisco Webex licenses. We also have an online version which provides free 40 minutes as well. Audio is VoIP only on the free version. In the paid version, it starts at about $15 per user per month. It comes with 1,000 participant capacity. There is no fixation of time or limit. If you've scheduled a 1-hour meeting, you can do that meeting for 24 hours. Nobody will ask you. The audios that are available on a paid version or the voice over internet, computer audio, or you have 57 toll dial-in numbers, which means it includes India as well, and other 56 countries where you have toll dial-in. If you have customers joining in from various different countries, they will also have the access to, in their local countries, to join the meeting. You have a recording capacity of 10 GB. Cisco Teams comes free with this package as well. I want to thank you all for your time and bearing with us in kind of running you through such a detailed discussion over here today. I will hand it over to Namrata and see if there are any questions for me to answer.
Thank you, sir. Considering that another BCS meeting is scheduled at 6 o'clock, we'll take all questions on WhatsApp group. I'll request all of you to please join WhatsApp group. The link is shared in chat window. I would like to thank all the speakers and for the insightful presentation. And before we close, I would request Praful to please give vote of thanks. Praful?
Yeah, thank you, Namrata. We are, grateful to all our speakers who has removed some time from their schedule and share their knowledge on the meeting with the help of couple of video conferencing apps. Along with their different versions, their features, their pricing part, they have shared in detail to us today. It will not only help us to choose which app we can use for our day to right now due to lockdown, which app we can use for our meeting purposes, but it will smoothen our meeting part. Finally, I again, want to thank to all our speakers, respected chairman, my colleagues, and all the participants for participating in today's session to make our session, successful. With this, I conclude this meeting, and once again, I thank to everyone for your support. Thank you. Namrata?
Thank you all for giving us the time.
Yeah,
I'm just signing
thanks,
off.
Amjad.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Namrata, you can close the meeting.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you
Yeah,
all
thanks
for
everyone.
participation.
Yeah, thanks everyone.